Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very filling French vanilla protein drink shake type thing, half beverage, half physical nutrients. So welcome back to Prison Architect and a new build series where in the previous episode we start construction on the inescapable prison, which is tempting fate in the utmost here. I don't think any prison is inescapable, it's just a matter of time and luck. However, we're doing everything we possibly can to make this very secure for high-risk and supermax prisoners. Things like individual cells, perimeter walls, water, scheduled patrols, checkpoints, staff-only areas, and that sort of thing. People have also mentioned cliff edges, which is something that we did touch on, but I haven't really looked at. We might even put a cliff edge around here, but we shall see. Either way, in this episode, we're going to start to do some building, and if you're not familiar with the format, most people will be, but yeah, we go through and we get some grants and we start some building, and we won't be getting prisons for a little while. That's just the sort of format of the build. A couple of things of note and based on feedback, so most of it being positive, so thank you for that. Basically, these cells here, we can make them a bit smaller. People have noted that, but my plan is to have this as sort of common rooms, so we'll have a lot of sort of common room and other such things around here that will hopefully help out with a lot of the needs. One thing that is a definite improvement, though, is if we were to have this area here all as external. So basically we have foundations from, say, this corner down to here in this square, but the rest of it has to be outside for a couple of reasons. Firstly, snipers will be able to shoot anyone that are in here, so if they manage to taser teleport through the wall. I'm thinking two ways of escaping. Obviously, there's the whole prisoners escaping in the natural format of the game, and then the escape mode, which is a bit different. So yeah, we need to think about that. Secondly, and as people have rightly pointed out, the doggos will sniff out the tunnels if this is external rather than internal, so we'll do that. And thirdly, it's a fire break, so if this was all if this was all internal and we had sort of the foundations in there, then we might struggle with some fire things. However, there's also another point in that we have in the middle here a potential patrol, so we will have things like a patrol down here, and the reason we've got the gap is so you can't punch through the wall, but that is not the case for this bit here, where if we're going to have glass walls, which is the plan to shoot through, then you might be able to punch through. And what I'm probably going to do for that one is, this is going to be a double thick wall. Instead, we'll make the external one perimeter, and then we'll probably remove that one there, so we'll have basically the same level of security, or for the most part the same level of security, because it's a perimeter wall, and then the patrol can go on the back like that. We'll have to see how we get on with that one, because there's still a bit of a weak point here where we're going to have to go around, and yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Either way, let's go ahead and crack on with some building. So over to reports grants, and we're going to go with administration centre and basic detention centre. There is the two grants that we can pick up. In terms of walls and doors, I would very much like a perimeter wall around the outside from the very beginning. However, that would cost 2 for 60 grand plus change. So do I really want to spend the money doing that now? I mean, it would make it very secure. It would be 22, 44, 800, 60, and then yeah, it would be almost all the money that we have. So sadly, that isn't going to go. That's not going to happen. We're just going to have to go with basically a standard. Oh, look at that, 1,518 generic units of currency fencing, and that'll be fine for the doors here on the center. We're going to go with probably. I mean, door secure, like solitary door would be nice. I would very much like solitary doors. Do we go with a large jail door? Do we go with a keycard door, which is interesting? I know we have discussed that. My plan also, I think I mentioned about this central passage here. This is going to be the sort of staff-only corridor. It's not ideal, and to be honest, a bit of an afterthought. We just sort of ran out of room. However, if this was, I always envisaged this as being inside, like basically like a staff-only room all the way around the middle, but then realised that we don't need to make it a room. We just need to have the walls and have this as staff only, and then again the snipers can shoot in there if there is anything problematic. People have pointed about this one as well, this bit here. Let me max speed it out while the workers crack on with a lot of the walls. This where it's going to be water, so all of this is going to be water, like around here this is water. Then we've got these bits here that are water as well, and they're a bit redundant. I agree. Not too sure what I can do about it. The only thing I can think of to change it up, and it would maybe add a bit of security, is if I was to, say, remove these bits like so, put the walls in like that, open this up and go to there. This will be sealed off, so this will still be water, and then we have basically the doors like there and there. So we still have the doors in here, and then I can also place doors there, and it means you can go up and round, and you get a little bit more room around this part. I don't mind that, and it means that these can be doors, this can be the sort of key carded doors, I think, so it's even harder to get into the main staff only area, but it's not as difficult to go through either side. But I'm not really too bothered if they this is all going to be like the same sort of category, so most people are going to be assigned to the right room, so I'm not particularly bothered. In fact, you know what, I actually like the idea of that. It sort of gives it a little bit extra, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to change the design slightly. Obviously, if this is going to cause a massive problem, then I will change it back. That's something that we can do, although what is causing me a massive problem is the inability to click correctly. And let's go ahead and go for there and there and there, and then on this side as well. Obviously, we can expand to the left if we do so desire. It was sort of in the remit, but we'll see about doing that in the future. So that's going to go to there. Is this going to cause a problem with this being... is this being not water? I don't think it'll cause any issues. So walls along there, walls along here, and it's going to be like that, isn't it? Something like that. And remove those sections, remove those. So it's a bit of a change of the design, but it's also giving us a little bit more space. It's not like a game-changing amount of space, and you know, there might be something I'm missing here that's making this actually a definite no-no. This should definitely not be done, and by all means let me know if that is the case, but nothing springs to mind at this stage. Anyway, so that is now in, and I think the workers are cracking on pretty nicely. In fact, I think they've pretty much built all of the perimeter wall. Well, it is a wall. It's not a perimeter wall, but it's a wall nonetheless. We haven't got like a staff only door, and I don't think we're going to do that. Do I go with solitary door? Heaviest doors to stop even the strongest of prisoners from escaping. I would probably like to use a remote door, but for this part of the game, I think we're going to place that in there. So, like I say, we're focusing on the administration centre and the basic detention centre. So how are we going to do that? Well, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on one of these cell blocks because, well, it's going to take a bit of building, and I need a building first to then put in some offices, because all of the staff only area for offices is going to be on the right hand side, which we've not yet got even expanded to, and we can't get to that before we get offices, so we're going to have to build some sort of room, and this seems to be the prime candidate. So what I'm going to do is go to foundations and more, and I'm going to go with glass wall, and then all of this is going to be our foundation. 17,000. Right, that's expensive. Okay, fine. So we'll put that in, and we'll see how we get on with that one. In terms of doors, we're going to use walls and doors, solitary door. Well, I'm going to have to place one. It's going to be there, ideally, isn't it? And then we build off from that. But I need to place something in for this to generate. So we'll do that. And actually, you know what? I can probably, if I was... I could probably do that, couldn't I, and build across there? But do we? No, because I want that all external. Okay, I'll just put some. No, that is correct. And then there is going to be a door. This is going to mess up a couple of things here. Is that correct? Is that going to stop the fire break that I mentioned previously? Hang on. If this was to, let's do some on the building engineering here. And planning, it would go around like that. Then your doors could be there. I could put, that'd be fine, doors there, and then the metal detectors. It doesn't really matter which way it goes in, does it? I've put metal detectors there and then doors, but for building purposes, it's actually going to work out better the other way for me. It'll be a lot easier. So am I going to do that? Yes, I think I will. So over to walls and doors are already in there, so that is fine. While they're building that, we're going to replan then. So doors are going to be in here. Oh, that's a problem. like that, and then doors. Again, this is part of the series where we do change the design based on... Oh, that's not the right place for doors. Based on... Well, it's an iterative process, isn't it? I do admire people who can make a plan and stick to it, and it's like the perfect thing, and it just works out. That's some next level skill set that sadly I have yet to acquire. Everything is a learned skill. We'll get there in the end, but, well, for this part, let's see how we get on. Another thing to think about is water, and probably best to place the water first and then put the bridges in, because once you put the extra walls in, it doesn't work. That's actually one of the things that I've just thought about as well, that the walls-wise, if you were to build, say over here, if you were to build a wall here and a wall here, if you have the water and the bridge in, then these bits here, I guarantee the workers will start building this bit and then they can't get access to that. Without fail, that will probably happen. We've got 8 workers, and I don't see any reason to basically change that up. What I am going to do is go to yard, and a yard is going to go in there and there. And this is actually where all of the yards are going to be. Mentioned about the yards and canteens. That's going to be yard and canteen. On the other side, this is going to be a canteen. What's going to go in the middle? I have no idea. But there is the canteen. Canteens can be external, and it means that we can again have some sniper coverage on that one if and when it kicks off. So that is now pretty much built. What I'm going to do is... Did I put auto light on? I believe I did. Let's see how good or bad the game what it throws at me anyway. Let's see. So it's going to finish off that bit there. There's one little bit to build, I think. Yep, there it goes. And then it will automatically place the lights after it calculates. And that is 1,050 generic units of currency on lights, and yep, the lighting is absolutely messed up completely. Okay, cool, so I'm going to remove the lighting because there is absolutely 0 point in me having that. Dismantle that one there, and I'm going to build, well, I'll put the lights in. We've already bought them, so we're just going to put the lights in like so. This is going to be the model cell, so I'm not saying it's going to be a perfect cell. What I'm saying is that it's going to be the one that we clone off of, and that is the overall goal. Like that and like that, and luckily we can pretty much just copy a lot of these things. It's going to have to go in there and in there, there and in there, there and in there, and then 1, 2, 3, and we've actually got better lighting with a smaller footprint. So over to walls and doors and to glass wall, and I'm going to do I'm going to do this, and you might be thinking, what's going on here? But some people have worked it out. We've changed this up a bit so it can become a temporary office. 1, 2, and when I say temporary, I mean I'm literally going to just dump stuff in here, like so. And that means we can then hire a warden. There they are. And I'll eventually have to get finance. We need to unlock finance through bureaucracy, so we're doing that now. We haven't got any power. Again, that'll be on... Oh, where will power be? Can power go over the road? I can't remember. Yeah. Yeah, okay, we're good. There's something that can't go across there, and I can't remember what it was. But that's now in. Warden's office. It is working, and we can go for accountant. Okay, this is good. Right, let's focus on something a bit different, and over to our flooring and landscape and water. And let's spend a bit of money on putting in some water. Again, this is going to be... Good question. Do I need that... Do I need this wall here? Is it a problem being wall? Probably not. I'll run with it for now. I don't know why I've got it like that. It's how it is. And because of the installation of this, we are going to have to use footbridges. I think I'm going to go with steel footbridge. It's the same price. Okay. Slight change up then. What I thought happened. So, I want to have it... I thought we could go from there to... We can go from there to there. We can, but it's an issue because of the water. So it's a bit different. So it's going to be that. And that. Not a big fan of that one. I prefer that, but it's not going to happen. I don't have a choice. It's going to have to go like that. Okay. Again, just a quirk of the design. And there's our footbridges going in. How we're doing for... Oh, we can hire an accountant. So there's the accountant. We can now go for bureaucracy. We're going to go for extra grant. We're going to go for bank loan. I'm going to unlock security and health and maintenance and land expansion as well. There's a lot to pick up on this one. And then we're going to go with a long-term investment for now, because obviously it takes the longest to do that. And then we're going to go with perimeter walls. And let's see if this actually overwrites some of... Let's see if this overwrites any of the water. It shouldn't do, and in my experience it won't. Also, in my experience of a decade of playing the game, anything could happen. Alright, so we need a holding cell, which we can not place in there. That's a minimum size 5x5. Let me... Oh, here's a strange one, actually. So because this is external, this bit here, do I want to make this external as well? Like, delete the foundations in here? It would give it a certain something, wouldn't it? I think it would, actually. It would save me money long term as well. So if we just go for bulldoze and bulldoze that, then if we glass wall that, like so. So you can already see the level of security that we're aiming for here. So you've got water, you've got perimeter walls, you've got the steel footbridges. I don't know about this in the middle. I'm tempted to put more water there. It would... Thematically, it would be okay, wouldn't it? I think. There's no reason not to. Whereas, for some reason, I'm thinking there might be a problem with having that there. I like the idea of the water being all the way around. I guess if the tunneling, they could go tunnel that way. Yeah, that's probably where my thoughts are lying on that one. If we were to have water, I don't know what the AI would think about tunneling underwater. Whereas I know that in the escape mode, it's probably easy to go under the water rather than under this one, but then it depends how we do it. But there's a question there, whereas removing it, just, well, there ain't a question. It should be fine. So that's my thought process on it, which I like to try and share, as flawed as it may be. And how we're doing for, I think there was another grant we can pick up, a short-term investment. There we go, that's fine. And what I'm going to do is go to objects and right to the bottom and sell objects. And basically, there's a lot of bits of wood just lying around. The game often does that. It's very difficult to see. Well, it's actually impossible for you to see, certainly when it's dark. But it just sort of leaves some wood around the place. I don't know why. It's just it's a curious element to the game. Oh, don't say we're not going to be able to get to that corner. I bet you that's... yeah, it's cute. Good luck. It might work. I can see me demolishing a section of wall here. Okay. And we need to get a kitchen, a canteen. Well, a canteen we can do very easily. Over to objects and serving table, and oh, it fits in there absolutely perfectly. Don't think we need more than that. And we're going to have a, how many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So table small. That would be 8. So table. I'm going to go with maybe 1, 1. So that is enough for everybody there. And we're going to have like other things around in terms of like the I'm going to just remove that wall there. I'm going to remove that wall there. I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. Probably going to have some sort of wall. Might even be perimeter, because I think most of this is going to be perimeter wall. Just because why not? Well, I know why not. It's exceptionally expensive, and I don't know how we're going to fund half of what we're trying to plan on this one, but there you go. That corner section is still underway. Canteen, it'll be done shortly. Kitchen's going to be a bit of a different story. We could probably... does need to be indoors. I mean, I think it does. No, it's just a room. So there's kitchen. Again, this is just a temporary thing. Sink, cooker, fridge. I'm only going for grand side of it. We're going to have to expand to the right, which is be 45 grand. Okay. So I can see... I can see us probably building a couple of cell blocks and then maybe changing one of these to be a temporary kitchen. That's something we've not really done in quite a while. I know in the previous series we did have to customize our design by, I think it was an augment of green energy is what we went for in the end. Anyway, holding cell, shower, and 2 guards, 2 cooks. We can do that. So a shower, again, it can just be anywhere. So I'm going to place it here just because, well, why not? Shower head will go in like so. And then a holding cell needs to be 5 by 5, and it needs to be surrounded by walls and doors. So technically, if I was to do this, that'll be then enclosed. Yes, it is. And then we go for toilet and a bench. And I hire 2 guards and 2 cooks. And that is... No, it hired guards. I'm not going to get rid of the guards. I'm going to keep them for now. And there is a grand completed. Okay. So, where do we want to go from here? Cell block A would be pretty okay. Green machine. Here's the thing. We could go green energy from the very beginning. It is possible. And we are going to have to expand to put our power system in anyway. So do I want to do that? Do I want to do visitation rights? Prison maintenance? Actually, that's probably an easy one to do. Because I can do that. And groundskeeping, cleaning. Don't really need prison labour, no. But I do need an office. What's quite apparent is that we are doing things for a technical tick in the box as opposed to actually the long-term solutions. So, and it's very apparent too that that expansion is going to have to be sooner rather than later. Let me increase our bank loan just to start bumping up that credit rating. And I will not fire the staff. If I was to fire them, that would that benefit me? Yeah, it might give us a bit more money, but we'll see. So we've got, we need things like surveillance, deployment, intelligence. We need another office, don't we? We need another office. This has become the default sort of temporary office. Brilliant. The thing is, what we've done in terms of the building side of it, like most of the actual structure is not going to change. We're just going to add an extra door or 2, and an additional wall or like 2. It's not a problem. It's just compounding the issue down the line for future me. Future me apparently is the mug, because current me is kicking everything down the track for them to deal with. But there you are. Let's go with that one. Let's go with the chief. And we can hire a gardener. And we need these 2 janitors. And again, we're just doing the technical side of it. We will get a short and then a long-term investment, which is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Can't believe the power's off. Is there anywhere I can put power? Anywhere I can put power? mean, yeah, we can place it. We can do a temporary power system if we wanted to. Do I want to? Not ideally, no. There's another grant completed. Not great amounts of money coming in, but it's some amount. Cell block A would give us 20 grand. Okay. What I'm going to do is... Oh. Visitation rights. I'm going to pick up that because that's an easy one to do. And common room. We'll probably be going there anyway, right? That's not selecting. After playing this game, I always think I need a new mouse. 1, 2, 3. And what was it? Pool table, 2 TVs, and 5 phone booths. Well, the phone booths, that's not a problem. 2 TVs. I'm going to redo this common room anyway. 1, 2, 3. Gap. 1, 2. Like that. And pool table. It's probably going to be like that. And phone booths. There's another grant. Done. Dismantle all of these. And get rid of visitation. Common room is actually pretty much as standard. We don't even need that many TVs, do we? And chairs. I can get rid of those. And I can move that to the other side. That makes more sense to me. Let's do that. And common room. Common room. Actually helps if I'm in the rooms bit. There we go. Might as well dismantle this. All these are going to come in handy as well. We'll be building it elsewhere. This I haven't yet built. I'm going to go for... Oh, right. So if I was to just click and drag, that would glitch out completely because these are in. And if they build this bit first, they're not going to be able to get across. Whereas at the moment, they can come along. They can go up and over. And we can then build that one. And then build the other one. These will require some flooring of some kind, but we'll see. I know we haven't got a staff-only area, and that's something I do want to put in. But there we go. There's that done. All right, we're getting to the grant. It's going to be... It's cell block A. And do you know why it's cell block A? So I can spend 45 grand on expanding to the right. And obviously for that, we're now going to have a staff-only area and what will almost certainly become our death row area. So we do want doors across here. I'm just going to put doors. So doors are going to go there. We're probably going to have multiples of them. So doors like that. Doors here. And doors here. So I know these are going to be fencing, but I'm just going to build this as you see. I guess I'm going to go down. And I will have to open this up. And I will have to have an area for deliveries. I could do something similar. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to measure this out. It's 8 from there, which is not a problem because this will be staff only. So contraband, I don't think can be thrown in, and it's not going to reach there. That should be fine. I'll measure 8 in. Just a matter of cloning, basically. Let's go for some dismantles. And, oh, that's money. That's money. Lots of wood. Rip them all down. There we go. And we're going to go from this point along. Just going to double check the measurement from here. I think it was 12. Yes, indeed. 12. Then we do that. Yeah, it's 12. That's fine. It comes up. Let's say I don't need this gap that I'm putting in. But if I don't do it, it then limits my future ideas for basically having death row, which will be customized. It won't be like this. Okay, so that'll be fine. This will come along here. We'll remove that one, and then this will come along, and almost certainly we're going to have an open area there, open area there. This can be like all staff only, but also have deliveries in and such. Yes, but I still want the wall where it is. And then inside here, because we'll open this up, we'll probably have this come along like so. Have again another central corridor similar to that one. We'll have an area here where we can have basically our admin centre. And there is funds coming in. Thanks, game. So the long-term investment, it looks like when you expand, it almost reloads the game and then it drops. It drops the grants if you've got a third one. So we're going to have to start the long-term investment again, which actually means that I have lost £5 grand because I'm going to have to start it again. That's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is, I guess. So, yeah, that's a bit of Prison Architect. Not a bad first start for building, I don't think. I'm sure you'll let me know otherwise. We've got land expanded. We have the trees removed, extra money. We obviously have a lot to think about in terms of the planning for this one. Doors-wise, we're going to be something like this. And like this. I mean, I don't know exactly how we're going to build them, but yeah, it's going to be, along those lines. One of these will be staff only. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I arbitrarily just pick the top one. The other one will probably be death row when we get onto that. But we've got, I think, enough money to be getting on with. We are slowly losing money, but we also have the option to get a maximum grant loan of, at the moment anyway, 62 grand. So I don't think we're short on money, and I think expanding has been the right decision. We're going to leave there for now. That's been with Prison Architect. We have our temporary permanent cell things in here. A lot to do. A lot to do. However, it's encouraging in that all of this middle bit can be cloned. Next episode, we'll be planning and building the admin centre and offices and power, and I might even look at green energy, because then we can start exporting, which makes us money. I don't think it's going to be as exhaustive as the last build series, where we were basically a legendary Supermax gang-only facility. That was the side hustle. Our main money earner was just exporting a lot of power. So I don't think we're going to go down that route, but I might look at green energy. It seems if we have the opportunity, we might go down it, and we can pick up grants for that as well. Let me know what you think on that one. And once we've got the admin stuff moved over and the power implemented, we can then put in the cells in here, which will take us up to 12. I can then probably kit bash some of the extras and then clone it, and then that'll give us cell block A completed. And yeah, I think that's a good starting point. Either way, let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, hope you have enjoyed it. Comments in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.